at Astra Boys. At Astra Boys, that's right. It is that time. You know who we are. If not, I'll let you know. Yes, we are the second best team that was nominated at the ESPYs. We only lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, but that's okay. We'll let them have it this year. But next year, yeah, the Astra Boys will take it over for the number one best team in the nation. Yeah. So you're watching another episode of At Astra Boys Sports Podcast. I am the KC Waltz. Over here on my right is the original T.I., and over here on my left is Joe Hooters. And we are here broadcasting live from Kansas. And it was a crazy weather time. We weren't even sure we were going to be here, man. That weather just flew through here like, I don't know, kind of.
Like a blizzard.
Wizard of Oz. A blizzard?
Yeah, it was like a blizzard.
Like a frozen?
Kind of like a blizzard, but
like
with rain.
Yeah,
like
typhoon. So like a storm.
There you go, typhoon. That's a better sound for it.
Okay,
yeah, this huge tree, the entry into our cul-de-sac, or not the cul-de-sac, but onto our neighborhood, just fell down. That was some pretty powerful stuff over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees are down. Yeah.
Oh, no, look. I'll put a picture right up here.
Yeah.
Pretty big tree, as you guys could see.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dang.
Good thing no one was under that tree.
Yeah. So
Crazy
reference
stuff.
Wizard of Oz, since we're from Kansas. Blah, blah, blah. Joseph, any damage around here?
In this neighborhood, I was actually at the ball fields when I first came in, so it was pretty much done when I got home. Just some limbs and stuff, nothing too crazy.
So some of your neighbors right around the corner, once you got here and you start going up Flum, if you look to the left, their fences have fallen down.
Oh, I did see that fence fell down. Yeah. I don't think it didn't look very sturdy to start with. So.
No, none of those fences over there look sturdy.
I think it's pronounced Paflum.
Paflum? No, I don't think it's just Flum.
All right. So here we are on a Friday
the
night.
PF is silent. It's just lum.
And today we have some special guests. We'll get to that later. If you noticed, I did not introduce that featuring yet because Fuckkin is not here today. So we're going to have a new, nice, smooth transition of a episode today.
Are you telling me no Kins 2 Yens?
No Kins 2 Yens. Instead, you know what? We need to come up with some kind of quick takes. Ooh, you guys like saying real quicks. So we'll just have a real quicks. So things that we want to talk about, but we don't really need enough time on, we'll just call them real quicks, and I'll do some kind of sound effect.
You know what? That's a good idea. We probably should have talked about that offset.
That's okay. That's what we're here for, right? All right. Well, speaking of
giving everyone our strategy.
Yeah. I do like that idea, though. I like it.
All right. So what topic you want to talk about first there, Joseph?
I guess we're first on the list is the ESPYs. I didn't watch it, so did
the ESPYs, yes.
I watched the whole thing. It was actually pretty cool. It was Mike Tyson was there. He presented a.
Oh, did he? Anytime Mike Tyson does something, I like. He's a pretty funny guy.
And who else was there? Oh, Travis Kelce. He presented also, but they also won something. So just real quick, Patrick Mahomes won Best Athlete of the Year, and he also won the Best Player of NFL Player of the Year.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, well, Best Athlete, of course, male of the year. They had a female one. Then the Chiefs, as a whole, won the best team of the entire year. So we had Patrick Mahomes that was present with Brittany, and she had a nice dress on. And then we had, I liked it too. Travis Kelce was there. And then Chris motherfucking Cold Stone Jones was there. And then I couldn't figure. I thought it was Isaiah Pacheco, but I think it's Justin Reed that was there.
No, I thought it was Isaiah Pacheco too.
I thought so too, but no, the fourth guy. So I think it was Justin Reed if I saw him correctly. Anyways, so they were all there. Go ahead, Joe.
Going back to Brittany's dress, what did you think about Mahomes' no shirt? Sports jacket, or what do you call that thing?
Whatever Mahomes wears, I don't care. It's awesome.
I mean,
I probably could not get away with it if you think about it. A
sport coat? You don't think so?
I don't think so. I may give it a try, and I'll send you guys a quick pic. Like, what do you guys think? And you're gonna be like, dude, where's your shirt? I'm like, all right.
You know who could get away with it? The original T.I.
That is true.
I've seen this guy wear some pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah, and he's hairless, on his chest. So yeah.
So it was Isaiah Pacheco, not Justin
was
Reed.
Isaiah
It was
Pacheco?
Isaiah Pacheco. It looked just like him
What?
when I looked at it.
I thought he had
But-
more tattoos than that. Okay.
But I was like, maybe they were both there and you just missed them. But no Justin Reed.
Okay. Okay.
I love the fact that it was those four that were there because when I think of the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, quite honestly, those are the four players that I think when you say, hey, who's the biggest impact?
yeah.
Right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I love that they're there together.
So them four were there, and then Chris Jones at the end, when he spoke, he's like, "Hey, I want to give special thanks to the Hunt family, the Clarks, the Hunt family,
Clarks, yeah.
and then I also want to give special thanks to Brett Veach." So I'm like,
Did he say the Hunts or he said the Clarks?
he said the Hunts
Because
The
now,
Hunt- he said the Hunt family.
well, now it's kind of a joke because like
I know that's what he said.
Kelsey
the Clarks.
always says the Clarks.
Well, because he's making a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass. Your pass running backs, and actually Jamal Charles and.
It was Dwayne Bowe, wasn't he the first one?
Yeah, yes, he was,
Rory
and then
Dwayne.
Jamal Charles, and then it was Kareem Hunt. He said it too, the Clarks. So now I'm get to thinking, wait a minute, he's giving special thanks to Brett Veach. So I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty good. Is there some kind of hidden? I know we're going to talk about it here in a little bit because we're still on the NFL segment. But what are you thinking? Are we on good terms?
Well, as we were talking earlier, the Jets, what's his name, Williams, he signed his new deal, 4 years, $96 million. I think we're waiting on that to see what he gets because Chris Jones needs to get a little bit more than he does. I think we are on the fast track for getting Chris Jones signed.
So I'm thinking whatever was it, Quentin Williams or Quentin Williams?
Quinton, I think is how you
Quinton.
say it.
Whatever he got, now we have a figure. Now we have an idea of what Chris Jones is going to get, right? We're thinking, 3 years extension?
It kind of depends on how they do it. I think it's going to be around 4 years, over $100 million. I mean, he's going to get more than Williams did.
And less than Donald.
I think he's looking
Yeah.
for a 5 or 6 year contract. He's looking for something a little bit more long term.
That could be an issue too. I mean, because this is going to be his last contract, his last big contract.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't see him doing a 3 year. We'll see.
That's
how
what I was thinking
it
more
shakes out.
for. But it'd be this year. It would be an extension, so he'd get the $20 million this year, and then the new contract would start the following year. So if he had 4 years, it'd be 4 years after next year.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, if I think we were waiting this whole time for that dude to sign, right?
Yes.
Now we're going to sign Chris Jones, and then right after that, we should have enough money to sign D-Hop.
That is the rumor.
Did you see the tweets between
Yeah,
D-Hop and Chris
yeah.
Jones?
Yep, handshakes and
And
fingers
claps. And,
crossed.
hey,
I just
keep
hope
it
they're
up.
not gaslighting us.
Well, here's the deal. Like D-Hop, he could have signed somewhere else if someone was offering him a good deal.
By now,
Yeah. He's waiting to see what the Chiefs have left to sign him. Mm-hmm. And then if we don't have enough, maybe he'll take a deal with the Titans or the Patriots or whoever. But obviously, they're not offering enough for him to be like, cool, I'm going to go ahead and sign with you right now.
So maybe what that's saying is like no one's giving him what he wants yet, and
True.
that is good
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Helps us in our at the table.
so
Well, at least no one has given that blowaway deal like, okay, I don't care. This is enough money that I'm taking this deal no matter what. They'd probably give him a deal where he's like, let me see what happens over here first.
okay. So if he signs, we're going to look pretty good. We look pretty good as it is, anyways.
Oh,
but
if we get D-Hop,
if it signs,
oh, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be lights out.
Like, you know what? And then people say, hey, we don't have the best receiving core, but I just have this feeling this year that there's this really good vibe and energy, right, from the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
I agree with
Sometimes I worry about the Super Bowl hangover, and I don't know. I think just with this group of kids, it's almost like we don't have a bunch of spoiled people on this team. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
no divas on the team.
Yeah.
That usually happens, I think, you look at a lot of Super Bowl teams. So you got a guy like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, do you guys ever just pinch yourself that, like, we got Patrick Mahomes?
You know what? I have.
Like, this is all because
sometimes
of Patrick
I feel
Mahomes.
like, man, that's not even fair
But
for anybody
it's-
else. But
dude,
it's like it's our
finally,
time.
Yes.
Finally.
We got the
Finally.
greatest
Yeah.
player that's ever stepped out on the
folks had their
football
Tom
field, the
Brady's.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Folks had their Peyton Mannings. Folks had theirs. You know, that was their time. Now this is our time.
You know what? I couldn't think of a better deserving fan base. All the years that the Chiefs fans stood faithful, man.
ahead
There was a lot
yeah.
of rough years.
Go ahead and tell them, Tony. I know you're thinking about
the rough years.
I know you're thinking about the field goal game in the freezing cold.
You know, there's that. There's just a lot of years. There was the Bill Kenny years. We all kind of liked Steve DeBerg, but we always knew we were never gonna win it all. I think we always kind of knew in the back of our mind that we just didn't have the pieces to do it. They would flirt with it sometimes, but yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts, man.
Well, but back to your point about the wide receivers. Obviously, right now, without D-Hop, without him, we don't have that top-end receiver. But what I do think we have is a bunch of young, talented kids that are ready to make that jump.
Hungry.
I'm telling you.
Hungry, absolutely.
You're going to hear it here. I'm telling you, Sky Moore is going to blow up this year. And like halfway through the year, once again, T.I., I want you to do the whole waving thing, woo, 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 and come back to this episode, and it's all going to be black and white. Like, remember when Walt said this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I still need to try to fix some of that audio. We'll do your Adralish Chapman for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That, and then my Rookie of the Year so far. And
great
I have
Dick.
never been wrong.
Yeah,
Yep, Grady Dick.
Ever. He's
I have
coming with
never
it. We'll
been
see.
wrong. And then you're going to hear it here. D-Hop is going to come to the Chiefs. You're going to hear it here.
All right,
Pretty special.
all right.
All right. You guys want to transition over to the 2 episodes of The Quarterback? Or are
yes.
we still talking about NFL?
No,
or?
we can-
Oh, yeah, I mean, it is
Quarterback.
NFL.
I only watched the first episode so far.
Okay.
So it's pretty, I like it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the first episode?
When he was taking pictures, when Brittany was talking about he's not a picture guy.
Yeah.
He hates taking pictures.
It's not that he's not a picture guy. He doesn't mind it, but so
takes a
many
lot.
of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Brittany's just like, over here. There's another station. It's like, all right, that's enough.
And you know that over the all, I kind of heard that they kind of make Mahomes out to be kind of an asshole just because he's talking so much shit. They show all the clips of him talking shit on the field. And to us, we think that's awesome.
The field, if you fuck with them, what did he say when the Crosby kept fucking with
You
them?
woke up the wrong motherfucker.
You woke up the wrong motherfucker. You woke up the wrong motherfucker. I'm going to have that on my ringtone.
I'm right here.
You woke up the wrong motherfucker. Who's
So-
calling?
He gets fired up on the field,
Yeah.
man. He does.
And I think that's what actually what the team loves about him. The guys playing around him. That's what they love about him.
absolutely.
Because you made a point, right?
Absolutely.
Like, does he look like an asshole? If you paid really close attention, I don't think so. And here's why. So if you paid close attention to that whole exchange between him and Max Crosby, he in the heat of the game will be that dog that we want, right? But when we see him polite in the press conferences, that really is, I believe, Patrick Mahomes. Because at the end of that, they was obviously going at each other, and at the end of the game, he
He
like,
said, I love you.
Yeah, I guess I love you, man. It's all
They
whatever he
tweeted
said.
Each other.
Yeah.
After this first episode, Crosby looked like he was an ass. So they tweeted
Yes,
each
he
other like
looked
much
like a big
respect. They're
ass.
like, yeah, and then Crosby showed them side by side at the Pro Bowl, whatever. So it's much respect. I mean, they're just athletes. Now, is he an asshole? No, he's not.
He's not, man. I love seeing that he has
He's
that
so down
confidence.
to earth. As a matter of fact, Peyton Manning asked him, hey, you want to be on this show, called Quarterback? And he goes, man, sounds like a great idea. Me and my family, we want to do it. My kids are young. I want them to be able to see how I was at this time, at this moment in time. Yes. But please, if you can you go ahead and ask Andy Reid? Ask him for permission to see if I can do it. Now, Peyton Manning is like, this is a grown-ass man who's the best athlete probably in the world, but in an NFL that he pretty much can say no or yes to anybody and nobody would question it. And he was so down to earth that he asked me to ask his boss if it was okay. That's how cool he is. That's how down to earth he is.
Yeah. And he's at the American Century golf tournament this week.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know what American Century is, they give 40% of their profits to medical research. So it's a big deal. This is a big deal for them out in Vegas. And was listening to 810 today, and they try to get Patrick Mahomes to interview, but he was too busy. He said, "Not today, guys."
Busy guy.
Ouch.
I mean,
Hey,
but
he was probably
was
golfing
busy.
or
No,
practicing. Who
no,
knows?
absolutely. I mean-
Already had plans.
I mean,
I already had plans.
they say the hardest thing for them guys to do is to say no, because people ask them to do stuff all the time.
I bet.
So
I bet.
They have to they have to say no sometimes.
Yeah, so I was gonna say real quick on that quarter. There you go, your first real quick on the quarterback series, right? And
It's
I don't
$1
know.
today so
I
far.
watched the first 2 episodes, so I don't know. They kind of bled together for me. I agree.
That
was actually one of my favorite parts too that you mentioned, Joe. One of the things I really liked is I think there's a lot of guys in America That could kind of identify with that exact situation with the whole pitcher bit, right?
Dude. Like every dude.
I put up with it every Christmas. I put up with it every Easter for sure. Easter and Christmas, it's one of those situations like, okay, I'm just gonna go make this person happy and take all the pictures that they want to take.
And do you think so? On the show, they have like the best quarterback, a mediocre quarterback, and then a quarterback just kind of sucks.
Oh, Marcus Mariota? You mean?
The other two are boring. Now I like Kirk Cousins. Man. He seemed like a country boy down to earth, and he was being made fun of with his minivan or his conversion van,
and like how his wife dressed him.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Coles meme that came out that they showed. Right?
Yeah,
I was like, he does look like a Coles ad.
And his wife was like, "That's all right. I do shop at Target. I do shop at Kohl's. I don't care."
She called out Sam's too. Yeah, we go to Sam's Club.
Yeah. So did you see Patrick Mahomes' new Walmart commercial?
He has a Walmart commercial?
Yeah. Why is he got to? He ain't got to do Walmart commercials. What's he doing?
No, it's another sponsor of his, and he's out. He supposedly they shop at Walmart and they got all these items for the house and they play outside with the kids and this and that. I'm like, y'all don't go to Walmart. Could you imagine
Right.
Brittany with her two kids in a fucking shopping cart? Excuse you. Getting all like that. No, they hire folks to go out there and do that.
Well, they might. Yeah. So Walmart does deliveries. But no, they wouldn't have. They would probably hire, right? Because they don't want just
Not in that
anybody
gated
coming to their house.
community.
You're
Have you,
right. They hire,
shit there.
like you said.
Have you heard the story about Shaq at Walmart? When he had just moved to Phoenix, or he just got traded to Phoenix. So the house he was staying in, they had no stuff. So he went to Walmart like the middle of the night and tried to buy $80,000 worth of stuff at Walmart for his new house. And he used his black card, and, it declined his black card. He's like, blah, blah, blah. So he tried it again. They declined it.
Because nobody uses the black card at a Walmart.
Yeah, no.
Walmart's
and then
never seen that card.
He's like, right after that,
Call security.
the black card people called him, was like, hey, someone just stole your card. And they're trying to buy $80,000 stuff at Walmart.
Clearly, it wasn't you, Mr. O'Neill.
I'm trying to buy some items.
That was me.
Shack food. Shack delicious. I'm trying to buy some Shack snacks. And you guys keep denying it. Let's get it going. So going back to the quarterback. So compared to Three Wives, I mean, they didn't make Brittany look bad, but they didn't make her look like down to earth, wholesome like the other two.
I thought they did I actually thought they did a good job of that.
Yeah.
I did.
I was saying they didn't make her look bad, but it seemed like the other two they made them look more down.
I think the other two are like more out of the limelight, and Brittany is like, she has her own, and she has her own social media following and all this.
Yeah.
The other two are just kind of like not into the social media thing.
So I wonder, like, was I the only one that was like, please don't act like a bitch, Patrick. Please don't act like a bitch. Like, especially when they was taking the pictures of like, don't be that guy that's just going around being like the yes man there. And he did. And I like that they showed that contrast. He kind of like they did a good job of making him still look cool in that situation, I thought.
Yeah, it looked like he was walking the line though, huh?
A little bit there. I was like, "Oh, don't do it, Patrick. Don't do it, man." Because we already know the heat that they have on that couple. So
did you see the part when they're trying to interview Brittany, and then he's outside yelling at the dog?
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. Yeah.
What are you doing yelling out there? You didn't see what happened? Fuck no.
Like, no, she's all the way inside the house, bro.
Doing an interview. Yeah,
they're right there trying to get it with the other dogs.
they're out there barking at the dogs.
Yeah,
there
the fence was in the way or something.
That was another good human moment for
that.
other people too. We're like, I've done that before.
It was the second episode when they went to the pumpkin patch.
I think so.
You probably didn't see it.
I have not seen that.
Okay.
One.
Well, you didn't miss much. They went to a local pumpkin patch, and it was nice.
Here in Kansas City?
Here in Kansas City, it looked like to me, yeah. I doubt Texas is going to have some badass pumpkin patches down there like we do up here. But they and plus, if it's a pumpkin patch, it would be around the time he's still playing football, so he's not going back down to Texas for that.
Right.
So anyways, there's nobody around. No other customers. It's just
he rented out the whole pumpkin patch?
He rented out the whole pumpkin patch. They sure did. I remember me and Diego going there and they told us, nope, you can't come here. I was like, oh, all right. A bunch of employees. I thought we can come in. Nope. All right. So we left. So that's
rented
what
for
happened.
the day.
Oh, that's what happened.
That's what happened. So I was like, okay, I guess we could have played with their kids, but never mind. So, anything else we take away from that quarterback? So, every week we're gonna talk about the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So, I agree with you guys. It almost seems like the 2 episodes that I watched, little by little, there were a lot of cool ass stuff, highlights talking about Patrick Mahomes, and then Mariota, and then Kirk Cousins. It was like,
So what was really cool about it is the players gave unprecedented access the 2022 season, right? So apparently, from what they said, is like they've never had this type of coverage before. So we're seeing that like they're kind of the guinea pigs of this new experiment that they're doing with quarterbacks. And I love that they open with Peyton Manning narrating. He's so good at it.
Yeah,
He's so good at it.
Yeah, he is.
that dude's good at everything he does. All right, so we're on NFL. We talked about the quarterback. What else is going on with NFL?
So now I think we're going to have our
It's going to go on with the
coming
AFC
up.
West.
Yeah, season's coming up. I think we have our AFC West picks.
Yeah, so we got the Raiders, the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs. Each one of us were commissioned with looking over the schedules and coming up with what we think is going to be the final result of each team in the AFC West. Anyone want to jump out there and start? What do you guys have for the Raiders?
I forgot we had that homework, but I can give it a try.
Oh man, let's go ahead and start with the Chiefs.
Okay.
I have them 14-3 overall. So I'll just go through their losses real quick. That'll be the quickest. So I have them their first loss coming to the Broncos in week 8, and not because I think the Broncos are going to be any good. I think they're actually going to suck, but I believe in the law of averages, and we've beat them like 14 times in a row. So I think
There's got to be a dumb button for that. Hold on.
Like a sensor or something?
Yeah, I don't see it. Okay, we'll leave it be. Go ahead.
But so yeah, I just think, man, they're just finally going to get lucky and win one. And then I have them losing week 10 versus the Eagles, and then week 15 versus the Bills. Really, I don't think they're going to lose any games, but I mean, that's not possible. That's not going to happen. So I had to
It is possible. The Patriots did it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, but then they lost the Super Bowl that year. So
All right, so that was Joe Hooters.
I still have
You
that
said the Broncos, bro.
man 14.
Come on.
Come on, dude. Last year we lost against the Colts.
Yeah, we've always historically have had trouble against the
Joe.
Colts.
Joe, I said. Okay, all right.
I guess I'm done.
So I got them losing 2. T.I.?
So I have the Chiefs at.
What two?
yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do my homework.
So
There
I
you
have
go.
the
There's
Chiefs
their
at.
list.
So while he's looking at that, I have the Chiefs at 16-1, and so I look at 3 games for the Chiefs. They're going to be playing the Bengals. They play the Bills and they play the Eagles. I'm not sure which one, but I think they're going to lose one of those games. Whoever they lose to, they will exact revenge in either the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
I agree with that. But you don't
So I
think
have them at 16-1. I was going to go 17-0, but I did the law of averages, man.
I don't think you did. 16-1 is not the law of averages.
So there's something to it, though, and it all revolves again around Patrick Mahomes. His self-belief is off the charts. I don't know any quarterback out there that
I
has
agree
the
with that.
self-belief that Patrick Mahomes has. In the quarterback series, Marcus Mariota, you could just see the contrast and difference of their confidence in themselves if you paid attention to the series, right? And Marcus Mariota was a Heisman Trophy winner. He wasn't able to carry that self-belief and confidence into the NFL the same way Patrick did. So,
yeah.
You know what? I don't see it. I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to go undefeated.
my man, I ain't mad at that prediction.
So you think
I'm thinking
I mean, the 3 teams that are really stand out. Are
Maybe.
the Bills, the Bengals, and
maybe the
and
Bengals.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, no, because the Bengals have
We
beat
can't
us.
lose to them again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. Then I started thinking about that. I'm like, no, that's ridiculous.
We cannot
can't
lose to them again. We
Maybe
could
the
afford-
Bills as a friendly loss.
We
like,
could
oh,
we could
man.
afford a loss to them.
Yeah,
I think.
sure. All right, but
I don't want us to
maybe
lose to the
one.
Eagles. I
Yeah.
don't want us to lose to the Eagles.
If we get D Hop, then yes, I don't see us losing. If we don't get D Hop, then maybe the defense will struggle. They got to struggle one game. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah.
It just happens.
So, what do you guys have for the? I'll just start here. So, I have the Raiders at 5-12.
Okay.
I have.
We do not say that name. We call them the Las Vegas football team. That we never say their name.
Okay, we'll just beep it out. So, I have.
Tony's good at the beeping out.
Right. I have the Broncos at 8-9, and I had put the Chargers at 10-7.
Okay, I'm pretty similar. I have the Chargers at 9-8. the Raiders and the Broncos both at 6-11. Because I think they're both going to suck.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that Vegas football team that nobody ever talks about, they're going to start off decent. They're going to just implode like they always do. So they'll probably end up winning 4. And then the Broncos, they're just terrible. Maybe Russell Wilson will step up this year. Now that he's got 1 year under his belt, maybe he'll win, I don't know, 8, maybe 9.
Well, the Broncos, I think, are going to have a good start because they have an easy schedule to start.
And Sean McVay is a great, he's going to be a great, he's going to make a big difference. I really believe he will.
Sean Payton?
Sean Payton.
There you go.
Damn it.
So I got them winning maybe 8, and then the Chargers. The Chargers.
Yeah.
I like them. I think I got them going maybe double digits.
10,
I don't see why
7?
not. Yeah, sure.
I can see that.
Sure.
But the Broncos start out with the Raiders, the Commanders, the Dolphins, okay, and the
censor
Bears.
that out again.
Yeah, so I had the Broncos and
a lot of beeping
right.
going on.
So I had the Broncos and the Faders both losing to the Jets, by the way. I can't remember if the Chargers played them, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I have the Broncos losing to the Jets.
It made me realize I was looking at
team.
I think the Jets are going to be decent this year, man.
I mean, they had a great defense.
I took a peek at their schedule and I was like, you know what?
They probably have an easy schedule.
It's not it's middle of the road in my opinion, but I actually think they're going to be good, man. I know I've been hating on Aaron Rodgers, but I see them. So I know we didn't have them on our list, but I have them going actually 12-5.
All right.
It's crazy, but
so our man Waltz here just bounced on us.
He did.
At the end of the segment.
Oh, so when we were talking about the Jets, they were chosen for Hard Knocks this season, so that ought to be interesting with a new quarterback. It'll give us an unprecedented look at Aaron Rodgers, actually. We've never seen him up and close like this in practice.
I always thought that, he's a very interesting guy anyway. So that's probably good material for Hard Knocks.
I think so. We might even see a ayahuasca situation on there.
Here we go with the ayahuasca.
No,
he's going to be mad that he missed the ayahuasca.
Well, he had an interview. He was like, oh, yeah, I've done it with teammates before. And I look like, they love doing that shit together.
No, I meant that Waltz is going to be mad that he missed the ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I understand. Yeah, he will.
Remember, he liked saying it last time.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. He was all over that.
Oh, Chiefsaholic guy was apprehended.
Man, that's a wild story, ain't it?
Yeah.
Where was he caught at?
I don't know. I just heard he was caught.
Yeah.
I didn't look into it, to be honest. I thought somebody here would have information because I saw somebody text about it. It was Ken, by the way. Ken probably knows.
It's just funny, man. Dude was robbing banks to go to away games and they let him out. They let him out on house arrest or something. He took off.
Yeah. So for those of you that might be watching that don't know what we're talking about, right? The guy that used to dress up as Casey Wolf, they called him the
Chiefsaholic.
Chiefsaholic.
He was not Casey. He wasn't the. He
was not the, but he would dress as a wolf, right?
Yeah.
And so anyway, he would go out of town to Chiefs football games, but along the way, on his way to the football games, he would rob banks and then go to the game afterwards. You imagine the high and energy that he was on showing up to these games.
And he'd rob the bank in his wolf outfit.
That's wild shit, man.
He did? I know.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a rumor.
No.
Yeah, man. In his wolf outfit.
I saw the surveillance videos. Didn't look like he was in a wolf
He had a wolf
outfit.
mask? No?
Yeah.
Oh, the mask.
I thought that was his face, and he had a big
he
beard.
wasn't he didn't have the Chiefs gear on, but I think it was just the
No, because
mask.
he has a full wolf costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
That he
Like
I
Casey
think
Wolf.
when he robbed the bank, it was just the mask. It wasn't a full wolf.
It's when he would go on the way to the games. No wonder he could afford it.
No, I kind of pictured him as, waddling in there like Casey Wolf does, however he does it.
So I think we're going to go ahead and move to our next segment, which is going to be Casey Waltz is going to talk a little bit about the Special Olympics.
All right.
And while we
I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but we are wearing some different shirts here, different colors. Step Up to Down Syndrome, the special walk. You can see on the backside here, if we can turn around.
Should we all turn around?
Dancing with Diego. That's our team right there. And I'll explain here in a little bit. So coming up next, up on this segment is my...
What do you got over there?
There's the applause. Okay. Diego, Sugar, you ready? So next up is my best friend a.k.a. Sugar, a.k.a. Daddy, a.k.a. Sugar Daddy, a.k.a. Pumpkin, a.k.a. Best Friend, a.k.a. Jeshua Navarro. And his mama and my smoking hot wife, Monica. All right.
Oh, we can be heroes just for one day.
All right, all right. Welcome, Sweet Daddy D, to the podcast, too, at Astra Boys. You happy? Mm-hmm. You excited? Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't forget to talk into the mic, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. What's your name? Diego. And over here on my left?
Monica.
All right. Hey, Monica.
Am I in there okay?
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so yeah, you either get closer or you might want to speak up.
Okay.
Okay, so my best friend here. So I don't know if you guys knew this or not. So just recently, the Special Olympics just tied up. It's finished up about a week ago. Great 2 weeks of the Special Olympics worldwide. We had all the worldwide best athletes in the world come to Berlin, Germany, and to participate in the worldwide Special Olympics. And I invited my son, my best friend here, who is an athlete of the Special Olympics. Show one of your medals, Daddy. And so he's here. And then we have a perspective of a couple of parents that have a son that's involved in the Special Olympics. Monica, do you want to give a brief history? Just a real quick history on Special Olympics.
Absolutely. And I do want to thank everyone for participating and wearing the Down syndrome shirts. We are wearing them as well, different shirts every year. So I appreciate the support and love from all of our loved ones, of course. But just history on the Special Olympics, how it even got started. It was created by Eunice Kennedy Shriver, who is the sister of...
From the Kennedys, yeah.
The Kennedys,
former
yes.
President John F. Kennedy, yes, absolutely.
And it's 9 siblings, and one of their siblings had an intellectual disability. Rosemary. Mm-hmm. And, of course, back in the 50s, 60s, there weren't many resources for people with disabilities, so... Eunice decided to start what she called Camp Shriver in her own backyard and invited anyone with a disability to come and to do a variety of sports because she realized that her sister had so many abilities and they always did different sports as a family. And that just grew. This was in the early 60s.
Yeah, so the Kennedy family were huge on being competitive, being athletic. And so they had the special needs sister that she also wanted to be involved too. But then Eunice decided, wait a minute, there's no opportunities for her to go anywhere to play. So she decided, you know what? She's not the only one. There's all kinds of children out there that should be able to have an opportunity to compete or to play or do something. And so, yeah, she opened up her own backyard, right? Had a swimming pool. They had other volunteers. She actually loaded up buses and buses, whoever wanted to come, and bring her to her backyard. And that's how the Special Olympics started. So where are we at now then, Monica?
Well, by the late 60s, I believe it was 68, the very first international Special Olympics was held in Chicago. Since then, it has grown and gotten bigger every single year, which is fantastic.
The first one was in Chicago?
Yes.
I thought it was L.A. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And since then, since her passing, unfortunately, her son took it over, Tim Shriver, and he has done an excellent job of keeping it going. And like Valdo said, I refuse to call you by your nickname, by the way.
Well, we'll just plug that in. I'll have T.I. edit my Walt's
Tony,
name.
do not edit that out.
Waltz?
His name is Valdo.
Waltz?
I refuse to have that name come out of my mouth.
All right.
But he's done an amazing job of keeping it going. And like Valdo said, it was just done in Berlin, Germany. It's held every 2 years. In the next 2 years, it will be in Italy. I highly recommend to watch recaps on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or the app.
YouTube, yeah.
Watch recaps because it's so inspirational and motivational to see all these athletes just work so hard and strive for what they believe in and just be included in everything. And
it's great to watch because it's
stories.
like, their stories, their backgrounds, it's heartbreaking. But while they're playing, after they play, whether they win or lose, it's like they're always just happy to be around each other. They are great sportsmanship. And what's the motto?
let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
That is the motto, right, Daddy? Is that the motto? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. So it turned. So we watched whatever we could watch. Like I said, it was a good 2 weeks, and we watched the recaps and very, very emotional. And then they have these what they call the tent for like medical purposes. So they have doctors free on site. They have nurses, dentists, optometrists. What's the one with the feet?
Podiatrist.
Podiatrists. They have all of them on site, and everything's free. So whatever they need, they'll go up to them and they'll get all their free checkups. Apparently, one of the relay racers could never hear. He couldn't afford hearing aids, whatever. So they realized that, and they hooked him up with brand new hearing aids. And you should have just seen the look on his face, the gratitude. He was just so excited. This was his first time hearing anything at the Special Olympics. And then when he went out to race, it was the first time he can hear the gun fire before he started racing. He can hear the crowd cheering. He can hear his coaches yelling at him. I mean, that's just one story of hundreds of many great stories of that. So Diego, so you play a lot of sports, right? Mm-hmm. Did you win a lot of medals? Mm-hmm. Okay. How many medals did you bring?
Just a few of many.
How many? How many you got?
5.
You got 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There's a lot more at home.
What sports do you play?
Football.
You throw the ball. It's the softball throw.
Track and field.
Run.
You run. Yeah. He participated in track and field running. What else? You bowled. You were bowling. Okay.
That's your
yeah.
area of expertise.
Yeah,
Diego.
he's a lot better in bowling. I wouldn't say running so much. He's not a fast runner. He's more of a looking around, smelling the roses kind of runner. What else? What other sport?
Football.
The what?
Football.
The bocce ball. Oh, yes. Yeah, the bocce ball. Yeah, he does pretty good at that, too. So, yeah, okay. Did you have fun? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You met a lot of friends? Mm-hmm. Okay. Are we going to do it again? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Say yeah.
Yeah.
Remember I told you to speak into the microphone. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Say thank you, everyone.
Get it.
All right. Don't forget to go out there and support your locals. So I did partake every year, like I always do, in the Law Enforcement Torch Run for the Special Olympics. And we were featured this year out there. So it starts out like it started out before in Wichita, Kansas, and it goes through all the cities here. And then it reached all the way out to Berlin, the Torch Run. And so I feel pretty proud and happy that I participated in that.
And you do it every year.
I do it every year, regardless of what my knees or my stomach tells me. I still do it. So I have fun. It's all for a great cause. Monica, you want to add anything else?
This is something very near and dear to my heart, very passionate about it. Just like so many other people out there and parents like us appreciate the love and support we get from everyone. So like Tim Shriver says, when in doubt, choose to include.
Inclusion, and please join us in the campaign to get rid of the R word. Let's get rid of that R word.
Yes, please.
All right. Right, Daddy? Mm-hmm. Okay, you going to have a good summer? Mm-hmm. Diego, say yes.
Yes.
I know it's video, and they can see you saying mm-hmm and hear you saying mm-hmm. You got to say yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want to say, Sugar? Mm-hmm. What else you want to say? Oh, boy. Diego. Okay, he's naming off all of his friends. Washington High School represent. Okay, well, if we don't have anything else, that was our segment, yeah? Yeah.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, you good,
Thank
Daggy?
you for having us.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, thanks for coming, you guys. Thank you.
Just for one day.
Thank you, Sugar. All right. Okay, so we're going to have the boys come back up. All right, what do you guys want to do now?
I think Joey Mullets is going to take over.
Joey
your
Mullet's
spot.
going to take over? Come on up here, Joey Mullets. Next up, Joey Mullets to give the recap of the Little League Baseball game.
All right, we're going to go ahead and do the recap of the KC Monarchs 13U AA game today. We have the player Joseph Hoopman Jr.
Seeing some serious hardware over here, but I know we'll get to that at some point.
Yeah. He wanted to flex the rings. We'll put them up there so you can see it.
You told me to. Not me.
I know.
Right.
But see? Oh, man. Waltz, we need you to click. We need you to click over here, buddy.
All right,
Waltz.
he's immersed in the conversation. I'll declick us out of this.
All right. Well, then we'll get started.
All right, so you guys had a tournament this past week?
Yeah. No, we're still in the tournament today. We're supposed to play 2 games today. We only ended up playing 1 because of the rain. So Joey Mullets, we had a 3-2 loss today. It was pretty tough. It was shortened because of the rain. We still had 2 more innings. It was a very tough game. So where do you guys go after this game? What's next up?
We play the Trash Pandas at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and
For
we
real?
play some Sunday too. I don't know who we play though.
Yeah.
But
So
if we win tomorrow,
right. So tomorrow starts bracket play, and they play the Trash Pandas.
I was like, really? Like the Trash Pandas, huh?
That's their name. That's their name.
Do we know why they're called the Trash Pandas?
maybe because they're trash.
Oh,
we got
yeah,
some shade.
yeah.
Shots fired. Shots
Yep,
fired.
yep.
You better hope we don't care if the Trash Pandas are watching this.
Right. Actually, we hope they are. We hope they are watching. So today's game, man. So you had a little bit of struggles at the plate today. So what's going on? What was that pitcher throwing you that he was giving you a hard time?
He was throwing a lot of breaking balls.
Yeah, a lot of breaking balls. Huh? How do you hit a breaking ball, man?
He hit the fastball.
Yeah, you don't wait for the breaking ball. You hit the fastball before the breaking ball, huh?
Yeah. How you actually hit a breaking ball is you stay back on it and then you drive it the other way.
All right. So maybe we'll try that out tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today, start of the game, they were running on you a little bit. Joey Mullets here is the catcher behind the dish. So and then you threw somebody out at second. What was the adjustment you guys made?
Brody, our pitcher, he implemented a slide step.
So a slide step instead of the high knee, which cuts about a half a second out, which in baseball is a big deal. So yeah, that was a good adjustment. A small adjustment like that goes a long way. So what does Brody? Does he have any nicknames?
Yeah, his nickname is Big Toe.
Brody, the Big Toe Duckworth.
The question is, does Brody like that nickname?
Brody,
Yes, he loves it.
Brody loves
He's
that
all
nickname.
about it.
Yeah,
He's all about it.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and tell the story how you got that nickname?
So we were playing a tournament in Arkansas, and he stubbed his toe really, really bad on a stair, and his toe started bleeding everywhere, and he couldn't play in the tournament at all.
So his family spent a whole bunch of money taking him to Arkansas that he didn't play all weekend.
Yep.
So let me get this right. So he stubs his toe, and for the rest of his life, he's going to be known as
The Big Toe.
the Big Toe. That's
Hey,
pretty.
hey.
That's very interesting how things work out in
You
life
know,
sometimes.
No, it's more interesting that he loves it.
Because I heard that's why I asked the question. I was like,
Yeah,
does he
man.
like this? They used to call me Tony the Nose, and I'll tell you, I did not like that nickname.
Tony the Nose, right. I'll go ahead and show them rings. Put them out there on the screen. Get them over. Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of rings. That was from last weekend and
I think
last year.
that other
wasn't
one's
last
what
year. It was like
Under
2
Armour.
years ago.
One of those. I see a Under
Yeah,
Armour symbol
yeah.
on it. That I don't know if you guys can see. You should when you leave the set, take them up to the camera and flash them. They're giving out some really good hardware to these kids, man.
Man, it's
I
a
wish they
big
would have
deal,
had.
man. A big deal. Yeah, some nice stuff going on.
Dude, imagine if we got that for our softball team, Smoketown Red Shirts.
Yeah, the red
Dude,
shirts, man.
I would have loved to had gotten that over the trophy
Yeah,
because then we could bling it out. Go,
we could set them right up here. We
go
got
to
some
lunch,
rings up there.
go to
yeah.
dinner, show off the ring. Oh, where'd you guys get that? I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, right.
No, but I thought it was pretty cool, man. I like what they're doing with you guys. What other kind of when you guys aren't getting the rings? I know they do the trophies. What else do you guys get?
medals.
Yeah, basically it's usually medals. And every once in a while there'll be a ring ceremony. Yeah.
Yeah, the rings are pretty dope though.
The rings, the rings are so much better than the medals.
Dude, they look as nice as your Chiefs Super Bowl ring.
They do, man.
They really do.
Yeah. They come with it. It's a nice little gift there. I don't call it a gift. I mean, they earned it. So Joey Maltz, before we go ahead and move on, man, anything else you want to throw out there?
Our team has the worst nicknames for players.
We do have some interesting nicknames. We have the Big Toe.
Yeah.
We have Kitty Cat.
We have Kitty Cat.
We have Lil D.
Little D.
You know, I like this team.
Man.
I like this team, dude.
They're
Y'all
hilarious.
guys. I mean, I like it better than you all having cool nicknames. Actually,
I'll say this team, there's 11 players on the team, and they all get along very well, which is it's kind of rare in competitive sports. Usually kids don't get along, whatever, but this team's pretty special, man. They get along. You know, they give everyone each other the hard time and all that. So
it's funny you say that because that's kind of what I was thinking. It sounds like they really get along because they're all happy with their goofy nicknames.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Man.
We got Michael Ross, the boss. That one's actually
That
pretty
one's cool. That Michael Ross, the boss, is cool. You did it right,
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Ross.
We have
pretty
Mayo
cool.
too. Mayo's
Mayo.
kinda
Yeah,
weird.
I like Mayo. I like Mayo.
You know, Mayo is Gabe Santoyo's son.
Shout out to Mayo. Shout out to Mike Ross, the boss. Big Toe. Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to Kitty Cat.
Oh,
Kitty
Kitty
Cat.
Cat.
Kitty
Kitty
Cat.
Cat.
Ashton Bowers.
Who else got any?
Y'all just really did the meow, huh?
Yeah, all that man.
Yeah.
This kid goes up to bat and everyone starts meowing.
Dude, that's you got to record that sometime.
I'll get it.
No,
I'll get
no,
it.
it's just Birdie. It's just Big Toe that meows. And you.
I do the meow. Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear that, but not right now. It'd be weird.
Right. I think that's all.
did it.
That's all the nicknames, huh?
You're right. He did. I'll have to play it back.
Yeah, I think that is all the nicknames.
All right.
All right. Well, you heard it here.
Well, yep. Next week we'll give you an update on what happened with the KC Monarchs 13U team. But Joey Maltz, until then, we'll see you next time, buddy.
Thanks for stopping by the podcast.
Yeah, man. So we get Casey Waltz back up here, and we'll continue on our way.
Okay, I got one more thing to say. Why does that say 2 a.m.?
Because that has not been updated. I never set the time on it.
There's your answer. Good job,
I
buddy.
think everyone likes me more than Casey Waltz.
Yeah, for sure, dude, for
I
sure.
got 1% commented.
Right?
Joey Maltz did get a vote of approval on our comments.
Cutting edge.
So now we're going to go ahead and hit up Waltz's favorite. The
UFC.
Where is that? Wah, wah, wah.
Really? So,
Oh, Joe. Oh, wow.
used to be a fan of the UFC, right?
I still
and,
am.
And I know Joe used to be a bigger fan of the UFC. So what is it about the UFC now that, so you're still a fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still watch it.
So you do. When's the last UFC fight you watched?
This past Saturday when it was the prelims.
Oh, you watched the prelims.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So did you see the Robbie Lawler fight?
No, I mean, see, that's what the deal is. I'm not that into it to you where I remember names, so I'll be watching it and then, I switch in and out. I'll be honest, I'll just switch in and out, but
Sure.
I do watch some of the fights.
Here's what I see the problem with the UFC is that there's less name recognition. There's not that, the Iceman or, Rampage or, whoever else the big names were.
Yeah, and then they created so many different weight classes, and then now it opens up to so many different fighters.
And they do a pay-per-view every month. Is that maybe a little bit of overkill?
I don't care.
So, and I think you guys bring up good points because not only do they do that, they also do Fight Night, right? They got the Contender Series or even doing the Ultimate Fighter. So, yeah, if you look in the past, we didn't get to see as many fights. So when we did see them, we're seeing really the creme de la creme. Did I
Right.
say that right? I don't know, but
creme de
There's
la
more-
creme.
yes.
There's more of a build-up.
Yeah,
there's a
and
build-up.
you're right because they didn't have as many. So did it get a little bit watered down? Yes, but I got to thinking about this after I watched this UFC. If you guys think back, Scott and I will text about watching these fights from time to time, right? And I'm kid you not, when I really started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? The last several UFC fights, if you look at my text, we're not exaggerating. Like, these have been really good fights. So I feel like for a little while now, and I hadn't really caught on. Like the UFC's putting on some really good fights. They're getting away from those guys just laying on top of each other, and I think that's what started to kill it. Right? You don't see that as much anymore because they know Dana doesn't like those fighters, and so we're starting to see better fights.
Yeah, I almost feel like so they're just not on pay-per-view, but they're constantly on like regular different channels, and then when I'm just flicking through and I see it pop up, I'm thinking, well, how old is that one, or is that new, or who are these guys? So when you and Ken talk about it, that's great. That's your guys' thing. But when I'm listening in, it's like the names you're giving.
I'm with you on that. Like the names is. Now, I will say the name that is starting to catch on to me a little bit is this Bo Nickal.
Bo Nickal, yes.
Bo Nickal.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with you on that.
You guys want?
So, when Connor just looked like it was on the Ultimate Fighter, and Connor just looked like he was just like a figurehead. He was just there marketing himself.
And see, I did watch the Ultimate Fighter, which is
The Ultimate Fighter, yeah.
Yeah, I did watch the first 2 episodes.
You watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, because you mentioned it, and I happened to, flick through channels. Let me watch this. And the second one, I watched it. But then get to watching the third, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, so,
But did you notice how Connor, like, when he comes out, he's doing all the this and that, and it's almost like he's marketing himself. Like, he doesn't...
Yeah.
Obviously, his team is 0-7, so he's not...
In the UFC, because he's the big draw, they're marketing him, right?
So let me ask you something. So that when you mentioned in the text message, you said Connor is like 0-7. I'm like, yeah, that sucks. So he didn't have not one fighter that won. But I'm thinking, so what happens?
So he has one more chance. So there's each coach has 8 guys on their team, right? So his first 7, they all lost.
Right.
There's one that should have won, but
what happens if he loses all 8?
If he loses all 8, he just gets his ass kicked and he looks bad. But nothing happens to him, right? So anyways, they're supposed to be fighting Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor. It's starting to look like that fight may never happen, right?
Isn't that the whole point of the show? They're supposed to fight at the end, right?
It was
at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that is the whole thing. So Conor will do a big disservice to the UFC if he doesn't fight. And the thing is he hasn't jumped into the USADA testing pool yet, right? So that leads a lot of people to believe that he's still on some type of drug performance enhancing drugs, right? Because in order to be able to fight, you have to be in that testing pool, I think, for so many. I don't know how long it is, but he has not jumped into the testing pool yet. So there's a lot of people thinking that fight may never happen. But I'll say this. I realize that I think the UFC is in a lot better position than we think, right? They're a lot bigger internationally right now than they've ever been. So as a company, they're doing really well. I think that they're actually putting on lately some of the best fights that they've ever had, which brings me to UFC 290. For those of you that watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Waltz, you may have caught it, but Robbie Lawler, he was the final fight on the prelims. Fought a guy by the name of Nico Price. He was the favorite. What was pretty epic is Robbie Lawler came out and it looked like he rolled back the clock 10, 15 years ago.
So that's a name I know.
I do remember Robbie Lawler. Yeah.
So,
and when you said that he turned that back the clock, I'm thinking, okay, he is an old school fighter. Am I right?
yes.
Okay.
He was a champ at one time.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that win, lose, or draw,
He's gonna give you a show.
you're gonna be entertained. He's gonna put on a show, right? Here's what he's most popular for, and this is why you guys probably know him. I touched you. I do that sometimes.
Yeah, you do that every episode. You either touch me or
That was
you
your
smack
first-
the shit out
that
of me
was your
for some
first-
reason.
hey, that was your
And
first
I'm not even
comfortable
part of the
touch.
conversation. I'm just sitting here minding my
He
own
likes
business,
it.
and then you smacked it. Bro, you hit me in my arm, bro. Bro, stop
Right?
punching me in my arm.
Right. I like that he stuck up for
You woke
himself
up-
during quarterback.
You woke up the wrong motherfucker,
Yes,
T.I.
I
You
did,
woke up
right?
the wrong motherfucker, T.I.
All right, I'll take it easy. So, man,
Those vodkas are starting to set in.
a little bit, huh? So we were just talking about. Was we still talking about Connor's team just now, or did we kind of move right
No,
past
man,
that?
you were talking about
about,
Lawler
Robbie.
and then.
Oh yeah,
right,
thank you. So,
Yeah.
so here's why I think you know Robbie Lawler. He is the one that put the Diaz brothers on the map.
Okay.
He's why we know who the Diaz brothers are. When he fought Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler was the guy. This is the next guy that's going to be the champion. Diaz was supposed to be one of those tune-up fights, right? Diaz came in and knocked him out in the first round, which is what put the Diaz brothers on the map. And that, to me, is what makes Robbie Lawler the guy that he is in the UFC because people know
he's going to be a Hall of Famer, you think?
First time ballot Hall of Famer. Like, there's no questions asked about that. No question. He's one of the pioneers in the sport. There was some other really good fights at UFC 290, by the way. Every single fight on the card was great. We're not going to get into detail of all of them, but I do want to talk about a couple of the fights.
Oh, man.
Right, and you're disappointed. I understand that.
Was it me?
So we already talked about so going back to the Bo Nickal versus Val Woodburn, right? So watch that fight if you haven't. Pull it up. Watch the highlights. It was pretty epic. I mean,
You know, the way you described that fight and then the way you've been like leading up to him, I heard Bo Nickal and I made fun of Bo Quarters, whatever. You know what? I am going to check him out.
Good one,
I am.
buddy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I am going to check him out.
and so here's the thing: no one had any idea whether this guy could really strike or not. And I'm here to tell everybody right now, this guy is the real deal. He could strike. He could wrestle.
What's his weight class?
Oh man, what are you gonna ask me hard questions, man? I think he's middleweight.
Oh man,
I think he's
Is he
middleweight.
fat or is he skinny?
It's like Will said, they have so many weight classes.
That's
like,
true.
he's not like a heavyweight or anything. He's like
No. I think he's middleweight. So we'll put a correction up if he's not a middleweight.
I see a big X coming over your head.
There
buddy.
might be. Oh, if you watch the last episode, you thought there was going to be an X and there was actually a check mark. I threw out some random fact that I didn't know if I was going to be right on, and I was. But yeah, I know that episode didn't air. But anyways, so back to just a couple of fights. So we talked about that. It turns out, and I didn't know this, Bo Nickal's mom is a boxing coach. So after you watch
think you said
that
that before.
fight,
You did say that,
you
yeah.
said
it
that.
makes a
You
lot
said
of
that.
sense now because you're like, no, this guy knows how to box. He just hasn't had to show it yet, but he showed it this last
Could
fight.
you imagine him getting in trouble when he was young? And you know, me growing up, I got hit by wooden spoons, metal spoons, those big Mexican metal spoons, belts, chanclas,
Dude.
shoes.
Oh, the chanclas?
Seriously? I did too, man.
Yeah.
my
Dude.
mom, anything my mom could grab when she was
anything
mad.
that was near him, I'm like, oh, here it goes going across the room. Pots and pans, I did not, but my brother G got his head got lopsided after a good pan on his head. And then my mom, I had a little guitar from Mexico. My mom busted my guitar over my brother's head too. So
What?
could you
G or,
imagine?
Saul?
No, it was G. Could you imagine? Was Nichols?
What a G?
Yeah,
G-
Bo
what's
Nickal's
the-
mom.
Bo
so
Nichols'
calm?
mama, like, she don't need weapons. She knock his ass out, and then he wake up the next morning like, what happened? You talk back? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, on UFC 290, every fight was good. Dricus du Plessis, I think that's how you say his name, this white guy from South Africa. He knocked out Robert Whittaker in round 2. For those of you that aren't familiar with Robert Whittaker, that's a huge deal. The only person Robert Whittaker's ever lost to was Adesanya, the champ, okay? So he won. A very interesting encounter took place. The moment he won, he jumped out of the cage, and he goes over to shake Donald Trump's hand, and he shakes, who is it? Dana White's hand. As soon as he gets done with that, he comes. So this is why I find it funny.
Was Trump next to Dana White?
Yeah. That's
Interesting.
they're like best buddies right now. He shows up to all the UFC fights.
Speaking of billionaires, I'm going to go back to that.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of billionaires.
Yeah, I got some on billionaires.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Here in a little bit. Yeah. So what I
Do
found.
you watch
what
the
I-
show Billions?
So what I thought was funny, right, is that so this guy, Duplessis, goes from shaking the former president's hand, Dana White's hand, he jumps back into the ring, and I don't know what they should do this. They brought Adesanya into the ring, right? So they have him giving his victory speech, and in the wings you have Adesanya waiting, and as soon as he gets done with his victory speech, he now has a drunk Adesanya in his face. Do you guys think that after somebody just had a victory, right? It's a great moment for them. Should they be bringing their next opponent that is drunk into the ring?
No.
Yes.
I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the hype going or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yes.
but no.
It
First of
it went
all,
wrong. It went way
First of all,
wrong.
it's not very good sportsmanship. Just leave him in the crowd. Just show his face and remember the whole, oh, I got you. All right, you're next. Oh, I got that belt's mine. Yeah, talk shit that way. But don't bring him back in it. They started doing that. Don't bring him in the
So
ring. And then he's intoxicated.
So
think
I was
that's a
gonna
step too far. That's a
I
step
was
too
gonna
far.
download some audio for it, but I was like, I'm not even gonna play the audio. So he came out and he just started. So he basically started addressing Duplessis, who is white, just started dropping the N word. He dropped it like 8 times in a row,
shit.
right? He's like, "What's up,
guy
my?" Yeah,
The guy from South Africa?
Yeah. So Adesanya.
Do we not know the history of South Africa?
Right. So Adesanya goes up to the white guy that's from South Africa, right? So Adesanya's in his face. What's up, my? What's up, my? And he just just was talking all this
Oh,
shit
I thought
to
it was
him.
the white guy to him.
No, the other way around, right?
Never mind. Did you think the same thing?
I actually did not get. Yeah, I was with Antoni's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
So
okay.
The other way, I've been like, oh, it's been a whole shutdown.
You're right. So it was just a really bad look for the champ, man. It was just a terrible look for him. And I was a Adesanya fan. I still am, but man, I want Duplessis to beat his ass now. I'll tell you who Duplessis reminds me of. He reminds me of George St. Pierre. He's built like George St. Pierre.
That's a
He
compliment.
has a lot of. I'm telling you, the dude's bad, man. The dude is bad.
You know, George St. Pierre, he was, awesome fighter or whatever. But he
Yeah.
seemed like he was a douche.
Yeah.
He's about to fight again. He's coming back for a fight. He's angling for a fight. He's trying to get
was he, like,
Khabib
45?
out of
Must be
retirement.
over
Yeah,
45.
He's trying to get Khabib out of retirement, but something's in the works.
Dude,
We might see
Khabib
him in the ring within a
Khabib
year.
would destroy him.
I think he would
You
too.
want to say something?
Well, I think what we're going to start with is Walt's pick of or the Rookie of the Year pick, Grady Dick, coming through in the Summer League.
Yeah. What did he get? 22 points? What? Just one game so far?
He said 2. I think his first game was like 13 points or something. But then he broke out in that second game with like 22.
All right. So that's a real quick. That's a real quick quicks. What are we gonna call it?
You know who else from KU is doing well? I heard is Jalen Wilson.
Yeah, he's I think he's averaging like 18 points a game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he's one of the more consistent players out there. I'd
Yeah.
say top 10 right now.
Yeah,
on the
something
rookie
like
class.
that. Yeah, in the Summer League.
Yeah, I have a real quick. So, did you know that the billionaires, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, they're going to try to fight each other? You think that's going to happen?
So, I hope so. I don't. So I'll tell you guys. So Zuckerberg is a so some
Jiu-jitsu
people.
fighter,
Hey,
right?
that was supposed to be like
Yeah.
a UFC segment, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So we're
Trying to
bringing.
transition, and you brought up Grady Dick.
No, it's fine. Yeah. So you brought up Grady Dick, which led you to Elon Musk.
No, I said billionaires. Speaking of fighting
did.
billionaires,
You did. We had to
this
come
guy
back
wanna
to
bring
it.
up Grady Dick.
You're
I
right,
appreciate
you're right.
the props on my part, but
Yeah.
what do you guys say, Ti?
So some people are giving the edge to Zuckerberg because they're like, well, look, he's
He's a lot
competed.
younger, right?
Well, he's about 7-8 years
He
younger.
competes in jiu-jitsu.
He competes in jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Oh,
He's won
yeah,
some.
I
But
did see
once
that.
I heard he's winning these he won a white belt tournament. So he hasn't fought in a tournament. He hasn't fought against
novice.
anyone past a white belt. So I honestly look at that like, I don't know.
Yeah.
When I look at Elon Musk is heavier. He actually, there's a guy by the name of Lex Friedman. For any people that are huge podcast fans, you probably know who Lex Friedman is. They actually got together. Lex Friedman loaded up some of the footage, and he said he was surprised on how strong Elon Musk was. They sparred with each other, basically, some UFC stuff, and he's like, he has some moves. So my money's on Elon Musk. But I don't
Oh, you
see it
think so?
happening.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So Elon Musk has been, training
strong
with,
for him.
training
Strong
with other
for
folks, but if it doesn't happen by the end of this year, it is not going to happen. Joe, you have any takes on that?
On that, nah. It'd be great to watch.
Yeah.
But
It'll
honestly-
be fucking goofy and hilarious
It would
and
be
nerdy.
It wouldn't be a good fight. It would just be, like you said, goofy and nerdy.
Dude,
And
here's the thing.
And we are buying the pay-per-view.
Here's
buying that shit.
Here's why that fight will never happen. It would be bad for both of their stocks.
All right, nobody. Yeah,
right.
they don't- no. Actually,
It would
I
be
think
not be good for any
I
of
think
them.
it'll go up. I think
I
if they
wanna
come out
see it.
and make themselves
wanna
look
see
like
it too,
humans,
man. I wanna see it
yeah,
too.
yeah, maybe a little hissy fit fight,
But
whatever.
what
I
do
think
they
after
have-
the first round they'll be gassed.
Yeah.
yeah,
here's
definitely,
a simple question. What do either of them have to gain from this?
Nothing, just pride,
It'd
just
have to
talking
be like
shit.
It'd have to be like
I kicked your ass,
was
and
it-
that's real quick. Take.
That's kinda cool.
On the same two contestants, the same two billionaires. Did you hear this? Now they're talking about whipping it out and measuring it. Did you hear about this shit?
I
What?
think that's I think you've been. I think that's fake news.
It's on our local stations, bro. It's on our local,
well-
and Vegas has some odds.
I'm calling fake news on
Yeah,
this.
that's come on.
Vegas has some odds. I'm just
Where-
saying.
okay.
I heard it on some local news. I'm just saying.
So you're watching on Channel 9 after what? Right after the weather segment?
No, Skinamax. No, I heard it on a local radio station.
Oh, okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
and they
so-
heard it and they read it somewhere.
Did you have a real quick take about something?
Can we do NBA?
Oh well, that's a whole segment.
No, I just had one comment that I saw.
Oh, okay.
It was, from Jerry West. So
Yeah.
Jerry West was
The
saying,
emblem of the NBA.
Yeah. He was saying, well, everybody wants to be called a dog. Hey, you're a dog. He's like, in my day, I was a wolf. Wolves eat dogs.
All right, well, that was a quick take.
You don't like that?
Well,
Jerry West is a pimp.
that was good. It was just weird how it came in all by itself.
I know. I was trying to
like
put
a build
it
up
in.
to that.
I was trying to put it in with the rest of the NBA, and then Walt's trying to go back to
It was
his-
kind of good, but it just fell a little.
Wasn't there
flat.
another
It happens.
NBA Hall of Famer that had a quote, and he pretty much said, "Back in my day, we played against people talk about all this crap, whatever that we played against blue collar men and this and that, whatever."
Oh, well, they say firemen.
We played against real men. We played hard,
it
not
was,
this shit
I
that
know what
people
you're
are playing
talking
now.
about.
Because people
JJ
keep on talking crap. That for us back in the day, we didn't play anybody. We played hardcore blue collar men. Right?
So no,
Yes.
it's because
Who
JJ
was that?
Redick said that what was his name? Havlicek was playing against plumbers and whatever.
Yeah.
He lost my respect on that.
And then Havlicek came back. Well, at least we was playing against men.
Yes, right. Not a bunch of fucking floppers and crybabies and
Hey, when you talk about men, when you talk about like who's like the most respected man that ever played the game of basketball, I think a lot of people think it's Michael Jordan.
no.
I think it's
I don't think so.
I think it's Larry Bird.
All right. Speaking of NBA and Michael Jordan and the goats and whatever, yeah. I got the penis measures right here. Billionaires
He
fight.
actually wrote that shit on
I
there.
wrote that shit on there. I didn't want to forget the penis.
Yeah, don't want to forget that.
Penis fight.
tried
It's a
to-
penis fight.
I tried to get us to talk about Larry Bird. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
T.I.
Yeah, that's another segment.
At the ESPYs, what did LeBron James say?
The only thing I caught was that.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No, but I
you
caught
watch it?
this. I caught this, and you might be able to fill in on more.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I did catch that he said he's not going to retire. Duh, we all knew that, and that everybody's lucky. That was a little cringy. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm a LeBron fan, but that was cringy.
Yeah,
where he literally
everybody's
said,
lucky.
This dude.
I was paraphrasing. Walt's
Yeah.
probably knows better.
So he goes up, right? So they honor him with an SP award of I don't know what the fuck he did. I forgot what the award was. He goes up and says hi to Bronny.
Best
says hi to
record-breaking
his son.
accomplishment.
Yes, that's what it was. So he beat
Somebody,
hookshot
Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bruce Lee's nemesis. So he goes up there. His wife's up there. They introduce him. So he has his family up there, and he's talking. If they ever felt like I'm going to cheat the game, that's when I'll quit. If I ever feel like I'm going to cheat the game, that's when he kept on saying that. So at the end, he goes, "But all of y'all are lucky because I have a lot more to give. I am not quitting." Everybody's all clapping and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are they lucky for? So because we can see you still play. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Sit down. Be humble.
Rob Parker destroyed. Well, he tried to destroy him on whatever network he's on, like Fox One Sports or something. I don't know if you guys seen the Rob Parker interview, but he went you could tell he is like. I don't think LeBron has granted him any interviews because this dude was salty. He went in hard on him for that.
Well, because obviously LeBron is a big name, and I think the
You're
Parker
always
guy
going to
would-
be
Yeah, he's always going to take something he says and run with it in a different direction.
I'm gonna have to see if the picture's real, but at least the picture that I seen up, it looked like he was wearing this pearl necklace.
Good God. I asked
Yeah.
one guy, I was like, we're sitting there watching. I was like, what is he wearing? Are those rubies?
So I seen a.
It
Was
was
they red?
It was a choke tight pearl necklace.
He had a
And
choker?
right here, yes, he had a
Dude,
choker on.
you'll have
And
to-
then right here, right in front, it was a fucking
We're gonna put it up right here.
ruby.
We're putting it up right here
Yeah.
so y'all can see it.
Yeah, you see
So,
that there? He's got a fucking ruby.
My
right there.
favorite-
Then
my-
he had another pearl necklace, another pearl.
LeBron's my
necklace.
man, but I don't know about that, dude.
So
I
the
don't know about that
favorite.
choker.
So one of the comments I love that I seen because I seen from the ESPYs when I seen that comment that he made, right, was that are we just gonna ignore the fact that he's wearing his mom's pearls?
Yeah.
Because it looked like a necklace a guy would put on,
And his
dog.
suit had some
and it
kind
was
of-
like a choker. It was like
yeah.
a choker too. Like,
Oh, I forgot who in the hell it was.
but Patrick was big pimping.
Yeah, Patrick looked good. What's the name? The quarterback for the KU.
No, hold on. Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels. Just real quick, he was sporting.
You think Patrick looked good?
I thought so.
I did not like.
I was
that.
a little like, okay, I know what you didn't like. You didn't like that he had his shirt all open. He was doing.
He didn't
that
have a
whole-
shirt. He just had the.
Well, that's what I meant. His jacket. I kind of get that, but man, that's Patrick Mahomes, bro.
I mean,
I'm giving him a pass.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
Can I go do my quick take? All right, so Jalen Wilson, he
guess.
shows up. He's at the Big 12 thing, whatever.
No.
This bro,
Jalen Daniels.
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jalen Wilson is former KU that plays NBA now.
He's doing pretty good in the summer league.
Yeah.
And we
So
talked about that.
Jalen Daniels, the quarterback of your KU football team. This dude had a badass fucking necklace, right? And the emblem or the what's it called?
They were talking
the
about that.
medallion
Yeah,
was a fucking little TV screen that was bedazzled with like real fucking gemstones and shit. And it was his highlights, his KU football highlights playing while he's walking around and shit.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
That's epic. Did they?
That's fucking I've never seen such a thing. T.I., if you can find that shit, put it right here.
Do you think it was like a mini GoPro that he had on, and they bedazzled the shit out of it, and he wore it? Because that we can do that.
Could you?
we can do that?
Mini GoPro. It's got to be some. They have to sell something that just constantly keeps on replaying and replaying.
I'm gonna look into that.
It was his highlights over and over again. Anyway, that was badass.
You're gonna like see me showing up with like a camera around my neck.
All right, quick pick. The men's USA football team lost in penalty kicks. Man, they went to overtime, to extra time, and then they finally went to penalty kicks, and they lost it against Panama. Now, then Mexico won. Now Mexico is going to play against Panama in the Gold Cup. So we missed out to seeing USA versus Mexico again. That would have been a badass thing. And instead, it's Panama versus Mexico. It's like, all right. Well, I'm still going to watch it because I'm a fan of Mexico. Yeah. So, next quick take.
I'll take it. Also, National League wins in the first time in 9 years.
The All-Star game. I finally...
Do people watch that anymore?
Yeah, actually, I did.
No,
I thought
I
it was
think they
actually
watch-
pretty exciting.
What they do watch is the Home Run Derby, which was Vlad Jr.
But you know what? So baseball is the only All-Star game that you can actually play how you play, and it actually kind of matters. You have no choice but to play how you play. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because
you know what?
football
I was like, what is it?
fucking
You're
sucks.
right. You're right.
And basketball, they play no defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Because
football is
the-
the worst. The Pro Bowl is the worst sports venue I have ever seen.
But in baseball, the pitcher's not like, I'm going to lob you one for the hit a home run. He's like, no, I'm going to strike you out.
Right.
Right.
The first two fucking plays were defensive plays, and they were both badass. So yeah, I thought it was a really good game, and so yeah.
But
So
Vlad-
I finally bet. It's been a while since I bet. Since
You bet
KU.
on the All-Star game?
Yeah.
That's risky.
And you vote for the. What did you bet on?
I just voted for the American League to win.
Oh.
For one, for two,
And then National League wins for the first time in years.
no shit in fucking 9 years. And then I had a parlay going, whatever. That a couple of other players were gonna get a hit, whatever. And of course they did, but lost anyway. So,
But the Home Run Derby, so Vlad Jr. won.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
He's the first time that so his dad won too. So
Yes.
the first father-son duo
Oh, it's
to
awesome.
ever win the Home Run Derby. Yeah.
The last father and son I remember was the Griffeys.
So another one was Prince and Cecil.
Oh yeah, I like Prince Fielder, man.
I just saw a video of a Prince Fielder at 12-year-old hitting batting practice and hitting home runs in a major league ballpark at 12.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
all right, I wanted to go back to the national soccer team. So the men's lost, but then the women's right around the corner. They're going to start this Sunday or Monday. All right. So what else do you want to talk about? Anything else?
I have nothing else on the agenda here. I feel like we covered it
I'm all
all.
scratched out.
You know why we got through this so fast? Because Ken is not here.
That's 5 yen. It has not been 2 yen. It's been 5 yen.
Ken has not been here interrupting us the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since he's not here.
Do you think Ken was coming until Walter's comment about too many people talking?
No, I don't know.
Just
He already
kidding.
said he wanted to.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. It was up in the air.
But then I think he got a little pissy, man. He didn't like that.
Then I started to feel like he was coming, right? And then Waltz made that comment and was like, "You don't have to worry about that."
It wasn't just him; it was all of us. I
That's true.
just feel like when you hear other people talking, kind of step back a little bit. That's all I was saying. I was like, "There's too many people talking."
I think
It wasn't just him.
No,
because
he
was
wasn't
on the
bad. He
floor.
wasn't bad,
Like,
by the way.
I think the 3 people on camera right now do that. Try to do that. Ken does not try to do that.
No.
Well, you know why? Because they're sitting over there in the fourth spot, right? And it's just it's like that Chinese jump rope. You're trying to find a place where you can get in and
Jump
say
in?
something.
Yeah.
Why is it gotta be Chinese?
We all.
T.I.?
Hey,
What
it
did we say
fit.
earlier in the
It
text
fit.
message? What'd you say earlier in the text message, man?
I don't know what I said in the text message. I said a lot of things.
Oh, okay. I can repeat it.
Go.
Remember when you said,
I got worried. I was like, should I have you go ahead and say it?
no, I would not say
Because
it.
I'm curious now.
No, man. I'll show
We'll
it to
say
you
that
later.
for off screen.
Okay, so we're ready to.
I'll tell you guys about my haircut real quick. Dude, I will. So
So the same chick that did last
no,
time?
so
Where the fuck that come from? That's just
Hold on,
random.
hold on.
because I was going to tell you guys earlier. So Cooper wasn't there, so I had to get my haircut with somebody else. I go in to get my haircut.
Are we supposed to know who Cooper is?
That's
Yeah,
the
they do.
Yeah.
So I'll bring you up
mean
to speed in a moment.
Remember the
So-
time he had
Yeah,
the
I know.
picture?
I didn't know.
That was her name, Cooper.
Yeah, her name's Cooper. That's where I get my
her name is
haircut.
Cooper?
Right. So Cooper wasn't available, but I wanted to get my haircut because my birthday's tomorrow, by the way. And
Yeah,
so
we was gonna get a birthday cake and stuff, but it didn't happen. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, well, thanks for putting in the strong effort
We couldn't
there.
find a plain one.
Thanks for putting in the strong effort.
We asked for no sugar,
It's the thought that
no
counts.
dairy.
Yes.
We asked for no yeast. They were like, we can't do it. We went everywhere,
Hey,
man.
so this really happened. So I go in, I sit down to get my haircut. Well, she's talking, and I think she's talking to me. So I start answering her. We're talking. And, hey, how you doing? And I start to realize, like a minute into it, I was like, oh, she's not even talking to me. She got her earbud in.
I
Right?
hate that.
Yeah.
I hate
And
that.
she's talking to somebody on the phone, and she's like, hey, so what do you want? And I kind of tell her. She's like, okay. And then she's having an argument with somebody that's in jail.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding.
God.
So it turns out she's talking to her.
So your hair's all fucked
one
up?
of her baby's daddies. She's
that's
talking
why
to.
he's wearing a hat.
She's talking
if
to
I
a-
got a haircut,
yeah.
I wouldn't be wearing a hat.
So she's talking to him. I'm not even kidding. It was the most aggressive haircut I've had in my life, man.
Fucker.
Yeah,
I
no.
told you, motherfucker. I already sent you $20 for your motherfucking package.
was like-
You didn't get the Cheetos?
How you gonna call me out of my name? And like you could just hear her getting mad, and I got like on my side of my head, like, and I.
Are you going to put that advertisement again there, T.I.?
No. This girl's not getting an advertisement, right? And so I finally turned on. I was like, "Hey," I said, "Did you like me?" I said, "I can go step aside for like 5-6 minutes. You want to finish up your conversation, right?"
Go
You're
ahead.
gonna step outside with the fucking cape on, with
Right.
your hair half done, outside, what, just waiting, smoking a cigarette while people are driving by like, ew, you look all fucked
Man, but I'm not kidding. It lasted almost the entire haircut. Like it was a 20-minute haircut, so she was hurrying.
up. Yeah.
I didn't even look to see if that's messed up, right? I just threw on a hat and I left.
Was that her baby's
But-
daddy?
Yeah, I think so. Because like, why else? She had the nerve to say, she's like, I can't believe. She's like, this happens like right when I have a client. And I was like, so when you have a client, you should probably. That's a great excuse not to talk to him.
That's
man.
it. Yeah. Hey, let me call you back.
Yeah. So, anyways, I had the emoji face. The expressionless emoji face. I'm gonna place it right here. That was my face the entire time. And then she's like trying to be cool.
But
with
do
me.
what you do to me. Just leave it on your face.
I'll do that
For a very
okay.
long
I will have
time.
to say that was a pretty good story.
All right, it was funny. All right, before we go, now that we're in midsummer, what is your favorite summer song that takes you back?
I already told you this last week.
Oh,
Summertime.
wait.
Oh, that was your.
Oh, we did the
I
movie.
thought we did movie.
we
movie.
did do
And then
movies.
out of nowhere, you wanted to bring up summer songs, and we know yours. It's Will
Summertime.
Smith. Yeah.
Summertime.
Dude, I don't have a summer song. You're forcing me to like just come up with an answer.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be either something from 50 Cent, Tupac, or Eminem.
Well, no, you like
You named off everybody.
no.
3 people.
Why would Eminem have a
Say,
summer
he
song?
likes Sir Mix-a-Lot.
No, it's not a.
They got
Once upon a time, that would have been a good summer song.
man.
Actually,
Mine
I had
is
my.
for some
Oh no,
reason.
Daisy Dukes.
No.
Oh,
Daisy Dukes was good, but Sir Mix-a-Lot, there's a memory to that. I had gotten my
Yeah.
blue '94 Mustang,
See, that
and I
makes
remember
sense.
driving.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
remember
okay.
driving the first time I heard that song in that car. I was driving through Brookshire Village
During the summertime?
during the summertime.
Tony, how many cars have you owned? Like 30?
Dude, I can't even count. Like, I've owned a lot of cars.
I know.
It's people like to collect watches. I've kind of went through a lot of cars.
Well, what about you,
motorcycles.
Waltz? What's your favorite summer song? Well, so
Oh yeah.
there's a few of them that take me back in the day because we used to go to Perry Lake every year and whatever, and like Tracy Chapman's Fast Car or whatever.
I like that song.
But yeah, it takes me back for a summer song. But I would think like something like Margaritaville. That's a good summer song. I don't see me listening to that during Christmas time.
I think that now Margaritaville, like, okay, we're just chilling, having a drink, whatever.
Dude, mine were like Brooks and Dunn. They had some really good songs that remind me of Marie. I don't know, when you say that name, I think of Brooks and Dunn. I can't even think of the songs right now. Neon Light, Country. What's the other good ones? Yeah, that one. Anyways, no, random thought, but okay. So what else we got?
You always,
What did I do that
you
for?
always do something.
Bring up something stupid that Waltz likes.
It'll come back someday.
Hey, well, here we go. The countdown clock is almost
All
down.
right, down to 10 seconds. All right, so if you guys have anything else, we're going to go ahead and cut this.
Yep, let's do
off.
it, buddy. Let's do it.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the latest episode of Astra Boys Sports Podcast. At Astra Boys. Hey, Diego, morning guy, come on over here. Come on. We're going to say, see you suckers later. Come on, Sugar Bear. And Diego. Come on, morning guy. All right, I'd like to thank my special guest, Joey Mullets, my sweet daddy D, Diego Joshua, and the smoking wife, Monica Navarro. Thanks a lot. That was our latest episode. Give a shout out to Segura T-shirts, Smoketown Barbecue, and
Stanley Wood Products.
Stanley Wood Products.
And Worldwide Beverage.
And Worldwide Beverage, and also Dubs Dread. Catch you on the next time, suckers!